wanted to take a cute little clip to show you the inside of that cake. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Mm-hmm. Everyone, the Baking Diva here, better known as Dolores. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I want to welcome you. And if you like this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that red subscribe and the little bell next to it till it says all. And that's it. You'll get a notification the next time I have a video up. And for all of my subscribers, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. I know I say it every time, but I really do. I love you all, and I wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for you. So thank you for coming back. So anyway, enough blah, blah, blah. Well, today I am making in episode 2 of my The Perfect Pokes, a cake that you can eat anytime, but it's especially good and perfect for Memorial Day and 4th of July. That's why I wanted to get it on here now before Memorial Day comes. So, enough blabbing. What do you say, Dolores? Let's get started. So today I am making for you a Firecracker Pokecake. You like those firecrackers? Do any of you go watch the fireworks on Memorial Day or 4th of July? They are so awesome, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So today's cake is very easy and it's fun to make. So make sure you watch till the end because I think you're going to be surprised how I make this one. Have your kids help you. They'll have a ball. So some of the cakes we start out with a pre-boxed cake mix, and this is one of those. So I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and we are going to start off with a white boxed cake mix. I happen to have Duncan Hines. You can use Betty Crocker, but it needs to be white, okay? Now, all my poke cakes are made in a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. So I have one right here. And I use either Pam, the baking spray with flour. This one says Perfect Release. Or there's another one I use, but you can use either one you want, as long as they have both the flour in them and the baking spray. So I'm going to generously spray my pan. Get the bottom all sprayed in the corners. There you go. Okay. Because we don't want our want our cake to stick in the pan. All right. Now I'm going to put this aside for now. You can use any kind of a 9 by 13 pan as long as it's, a baking pan. I happen to be using a glass one. You don't have to use a glass one if you don't want. What you're going to do next, this is so simple. You're going to use an electric mixer, either a stand mixer or a hand mixer, whatever you prefer. And you're going to follow the instructions on the back of the cake mix, and you're going to beat everything in your electric mixer. So part 1 is just making your cake, basically. And today's cake happens to be a white cake mix. Now on the back of the box, you'll see it calls for 1 cup of water. Just follow the instructions back there. 3 egg whites. On these white mixes, you use the egg whites and 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. So I'm going to turn on my mixer. I'm going to get this all combined, and then I'm going to put it in my baking pan, and I'm going to follow the instructions on the back of the box, which says for a 13 by 9 inch pan, you're going to bake it for 23 to 28 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in there comes out clean. So let me get this whipped up off camera, and then I'll be back. We'll put it in the pan, and I'll tell you what we're going to do next, so stay tuned. Okay, I think this is about done. So let me take my beater off, push my mixer out of the way, and I'm going to swing on over my baking pan. Now, I know I sound like a broken record, but for those of you that watch me on a regular basis, you know I always lick the beater. Why not? You only live once, and I'm an old lady here, and I'm still alive, so why not? I'm going to give this a little taste. Who doesn't love to lick the batter? So let me move this out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going to put my cake batter into my 9 by 13 prepared pan. So here we go. Whee! This cake is so easy to make, and I'll tell you, if you have children or grandchildren, bring them into the kitchen. Let them make it with you. Okay, I'm back. I just took the cake out of the oven a few minutes ago. I think I baked it for about 24 minutes. I checked it with a toothpick, came out clean, so it's all done. Now, if you watched episode 1 of The Perfect Pokes, where I did the chocolate Reese's peanut butter cup poke cake, that was delicious. Well, you'll notice that on many of the poke cakes, I use the handle of a wooden spoon to poke my holes in the cake. For this particular one, I'm going to use a straw. This is a plastic straw. Now, that's why they call them poke cakes. We're poking holes in the cake. So, I don't like to wait till the cake gets cool, because then, you know, it gets a little crusty on the top, and it's messier to poke your holes in there. So I like to wait about maybe 5 or 10 minutes while the cake is still warm, and then I start poking my holes in there. So I'm going to start poking the holes in there, do the hokey pokey, no. And I'm going to do, I don't know, I'm not going to count, maybe about 12 rows, you know. And then I'm going to poke the holes in, not sure how many. Let me see how it goes. So I'll start. You poke the hole in. Can you see what I'm doing? Poke. Make a nice even row. Poke the hole. So easy. Kids will have fun doing this. Poke it, poke it, poke it, poke it. Let me see how many I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So make somewhere around 12 rows from left to right, and maybe about 8 holes across. So let me continue doing that. I'll take a picture of this, and I will show you what the cake looks like after I have poked all the holes in it. I'm working solo, so I have to do this by myself, but I'll definitely put a still in for you. And it doesn't have to be perfect. See how easy this plastic straw goes right in there? All right. This is a Memorial on 4th of July Day cake, so shouldn't it be red, white, and blue? Yes. This firecracker cake, the inside of that is going to be red, white, and blue. Of course, that's why we use a white cake mix here. So, let me finish doing all these pokes off camera, and I'll be right back in a second as soon as I get them all in there. So stay tuned. I'll see you on the other side. First one, I am going to put some blue Jello. This happens to be berry blue. So I'm going to open that and put that into my 3/4 of a cup of boiling water. Very easy. I mean, step 1 was just baking your cake. Step 2 was poking your holes in the cake. Look at that blue. I'm gonna take my spoon. Hopefully you can see it. Let me move this over. And I'm just gonna stir that blue Jello in there. Woohoo, isn't that pretty? All right, give it a little stir. All right, and in the other one, I'm going to put my red Jello. This just happens to be cherry Jello. Obviously you want a blue Jello and a red Jello. So let me put this in the other cup. Alrighty, whoa, that's a nice deep red. All right, let me stir that. So here comes the fun part, and I'm gonna leave it up to you the way you wanna do this. I'm gonna stir this one with my straw. Now, we have to fill these holes with the red Jello and the blue Jello. Now, you can use a spoon, a small spoon if you want, but spoon's a little messy because you're trying to get it in that little hole and it's going all over the top of the cake. And I'm not saying it won't work, but it doesn't work as well as some of the other ideas I'm going to give you. Now, you can use a dropper to just drop your Jello into those little holes you poked in there. You can even use a syringe if you have one. You can do that, and that works fine. What I'm going to do, I found these, you know, I use these all the time, these little small squirt bottles. They're in Walmart for like $1, and I always keep them on hand. They have the little holes in the top already. What you want to do, I'm going to use this because I think this will work perfectly, fit perfectly in that little hole. So what you're going to do is, after you dissolve your blue Jello and your red Jello in the cup, there you go, you're going to, I have 2 of the little squirt bottles. You're going to pour the red in one bottle. You're going to pour the blue in the other bottle. And we are going to go from one side to the other, and one row will be all red, will alternate. The next row will be blue. And I'll show you how we're going to do it, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So I use a little measuring cup, which works out great because it has a spout. So there you go. Look at that. Pouring my blue Jello right into this little cheapy little squirt bottles. I've even seen people use, like, do you ever see those little squirt things they sell for, like, when you have a picnic, for mustard or ketchup? You can always use one of those, as long as it has a nice little nozzle on it. Okay, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to go all along from one end to the other in my holes that I poked, because this is a poke cake, and I'm going to fill them with the blue gel. They don't have to be filled right to the top. So let's see how this works. All right, got to go fast because the first one you will get a little tiny bit on top of the cake, which is no big deal. It's not going to hurt it. See how easy this goes? And I'm filling perfectly, just giving it a tiny squeeze, and I filled all of those little holes up. First one I got a little messy because I had to tip the bottle. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the next row of the red Jello, and so on and so forth. So it'll be blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. After I get all of these poke holes filled, I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in my refrigerator overnight. As I told you, poke cakes always come out best if they're refrigerated overnight. the flavorings or puddings or whatever it is that you put in those poke holes meld into all the cake. They flavor it, and they always taste better than... I'll leave it in overnight, and I'll be back in the morning. Don't go away, because I want to show you how this cake comes out, and it's awesome. Everyone, as you can see, I have a change of clothing on. You are supposed to leave these poke cakes in the refrigerator overnight, and I didn't want to cut corners, so that's what I did. So I just took it out. You can see it's all the red, white, and blue. You're obviously going to have some bleeding on there, but that's good. That's fine. And what happens by leaving it in overnight, as I mentioned before, if you have like Jello in there, the Jello starts to gel and all. So that's really the right way to do it. When you make a poke cake, put it in the refrigerator overnight, all right? So now I'm gonna make a topping for this. So let me move this to the side. Pull my mixer over. So I'm going to put 2 cups of heavy whipping cream in here. I'm going to put in here 1 cup of powdered sugar. An 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese. There are other ways you can make this. If you want to cut corners, you can just put Cool Whip on the top or something, but this comes out really good. So I'm showing you the way I like it, and I think it tastes best. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract in there. Now I'm going to whip this all together till it gets to a nice consistency that I want to spread on top of the cake. So let me get that going now, and when it's done, I'll be back and I'll show you how we decorate this, and we'll do a taste testing. Okay, that's looking good to me. So let me take my beater off, and we'll go on to our next step. There we go. To have like a whipped cream consistency. It does have the cream cheese in it, but you just want to be able to spread it nicely on the top of your cake. Will I lick this beater? Well, what do you think? Of course. Oh. Very light. Very light cream cheese flavor. Very good. All right, so I'm going to swing my cake over here, and with my spatula, I'm going to spread the topping over the cake. So let me do that now. Now, there are many ways that you can decorate this cake. Today you'll see that I happen to have some little red, white, and blue star sprinkles. So I'm going to sprinkle those on the top. But I'm sure you have seen people who have used maybe sliced strawberries and blueberries and made like an American flag on top. I think this is just fine. I was a little disappointed because I wanted to get a sparkler. You know what a sparkler is. And when I did my reveal, I wanted to have the sparkler lit in the middle of the cake, but I couldn't find one. I saw fireworks out there, the kind that they're allowed to sell, but they didn't have any sparklers. I think it's too soon. Maybe when it gets a little closer to Memorial Day or maybe 4th of July. But see how easy this is? Just spread it nicely and cover the entire top of your cake. And then I am just going to sprinkle my stars, sprinkles, my red, white, and blue star sprinkles on top of it. Now remember, these cakes need to be kept in the refrigerator. They'll stay for probably a good, I don't know, 5 or 6 days, if they even last that long. But you should keep them in the refrigerator. Alrighty, I'm putting all of it on there because it's delicious. I have my red, white, and blue stars. I'm just going gonna sprinkle them on the top of the cake. Nothing fancy. They're really cute. But you can use just red, white, and blue sprinkles if you want. They have them everywhere. This looks so pretty. Look at this. I'll put a picture in for you. Wouldn't this be great for Memorial Day or 4th of July? I think so. Perfect. I was like, that looks really good. Let me take a picture of it, and then I'm going to do a taste testing. So don't go away. On the bottom, you can see where some of the Jello, settled to the bottom. It absorbed through the cake. Alrighty, so let me cut a piece of this and see what I think. Here we go. Soft. The Jello makes the cake very moist. Let me get my little dish over here. It's always so hard to get that first piece out. Let me go get my other little square spatula. I think this might work a little better trying to get the first piece out. Here we go. Come on, baby, come out. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Red, white, and blue poke cake. Isn't that awesome? And you can't see in the pan very well, but the pan is all, you can see the cake all red, white, and blue in the pan. So I'm going to take a photo and put that in for you. So, what do you say? Should I do a taste testing? So here I go. I'll let you know what I think. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. So cool. Very moist. The topping is delicious. The inside has tastes like a white cake with a subtle fruit flavor to it, not overpowering. Look at that. Delicious. Delicious. Make this easy cake for Memorial Day, 4th of July, or anytime. So, so good. When you get that little taste of the cherry Jello in there and the different flavors. So, if you enjoyed this video of mine, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit the little bell till it says all. All you get is a notification saying the Baking Diva has a new video up. This is episode 2 of my series, The Perfect Pokes. Wait till you see the next one. You won't believe it. So, thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch me make this Firecracker Pokecake. I hope you'll all give it a try. Love each and every one of you. I really do appreciate your support. Without you, I wouldn't even have a channel. So anyway, enjoy your week. It's going to be very hot here in New Jersey. And I will see you all next time. Come back! All right, toodles! Gonna finish my cake.